Hey, this is Rich from HouseBurns.com. I'm working with my brother Dave. We renovate houses, and today we're going to show you how to refinish a hardwood floor. And we want to show you how to do the job yourself so you can save a ton of money. So we rented a couple of pieces of equipment, and then we own this one over here. But this right here is called a drum sander, and it is going to do the bulk of the work here. In this, we have a pretty large room here that we're going to be refinishing, and then this is a floor edger, and that's going to help us obviously get over closer to the wall, and that's just a handheld deal. This one's pretty heavy, and then this one's our multi-tool, and we use it. If you watched other videos of ours, we use this thing all the time. So what's cool about the multi-tool is it has this particular attachment, and it's made to put this little piece of sandpaper on, and that's going to help us get to the very fine edges of the room. All right, we've been using this drum sander for a while, and it's doing a fantastic job. You can see the areas that we haven't done yet. They're dark in the darker color, and the lighter color is everything that we've already done. And this thing is just absolutely amazing. I mean, it did such a great job. Really, this machine is incredibly simple to use. I mean, probably the only issue with it is heavy, and so, you know, you might need help with another person to just physically get it out of your vehicle and get it to your work site. But once you're using it, it's a breeze. I mean, you just have to tilt it backwards anytime you want to move to a new location, get it back on its wheels so you don't cut, you know, some big groove into your floor. But beyond that, it really is not that difficult to operate. This drum sander uses these sanding belts and this for sandpaper, and the numbers on the back of them tell you the grit, and the higher the number, the finer it is. So this is 100, and then we also have 80 and we have 60, and this would really rip your floor up because it's so coarse. So the rule of thumb here is you actually want to start out with your highest number. So we're going to use the finest one first and see if that does the job, and if it does, you don't even need the 80 or the 60. But if your floor is severely damaged and you need to take a bunch of that off, then you're going to want to try the 80. And if that doesn't work, then you go all the way to the 60. But that is going to take a lot off of your floor. So the idea here is this floor was in really wonderful shape. So we're just using the 100, and it's doing everything we need it to do. So we're actually going to return all these 80s and all these 60s that we purchased, and we're only just going to use the 100 to do this entire job. All right, to change the belt on this drum sander, the first thing we need to do is tilt it back. And this opens up, and as you can see here, this particular machine, the wear pattern is all over on this side, and we didn't get much on this side, so there's something a little bit off on this machine, but at least we know that, so when we're using the machine, we're focusing only on this part. But anyway, that's pretty worn now, so we need to change it. There's 2 screws. There's like this metal bar here. I mean, it is possible to do it without removing it, but Dave's saying it's easier to remove it, so that's fine. All right, so that's off, and this thing just kind of feeds through. We just got to get it around the whole unit, and then there's these 3 tabs there. Okay.
It's all about putting it on straight.
And tight. It's got to be as tight as possible. So there's a little spring right there in the middle that this compresses against. And then you just replace the 2 screws. All right, so there's the sanding belt. And that's the thing we took off in order to change the belt. And then this just closes back up. You set this back up. This handle comes off. Like if you need to move it around, all you gotta do is unscrew that, and then you can unplug it. And then this is in 2 different pieces, and it's a lot easier to carry this main heavy unit without the handle on it. But to put the handle back on, you just put it back in there, turn this, the handle's on. There's a power cord that goes from the handle into the main unit right here. And then there's just another power cord that goes into the wall. And this makes this machine virtually dustless because I would say about like 95% of all the sawdust is going right into this bag. And then whoever designed it did a great job because this thing turns. So like right now, I'm trying to get as close as I can to the wall over here. The bag used to be like that, so now I gotta do is just flip it around. All right, so we just got this last area here against the wall, and I'm gonna try to get the machine over as far as possible. To turn this thing on, there's just 2 buttons. So this is the on button. You gotta hold it down for a little while to get it to work. And then the bigger button is the off button. You just hit it and it goes off. And that's it. But the critical thing to remember is when you start it up, tilt it back, because otherwise you might get a strange groove in the floor if the belt is just starting up in one spot. All right, so probably the only other issue with operating this is that as soon as you set it down, you want to be moving because if you set it down and leave it in one spot, you're going to get a groove. So the second thing is, you're going to be moving forward. The machine's going to want to move forward. It's going to be pulling away. So just be prepared. Every time I'm doing this, I'm pulling back because the thing wants to just take off. So that's just the way it is. I'm just telling you that so when you first set it down, you're prepared. You're going to be fighting it a little bit, but it's not that big a deal. You get used to it pretty quick. All right, when you're sanding your floors, it's important always to go with the grain of the wood. So this wood is running this way. And so I'm going to run the drum sander along the planks of wood. I'm not going to go the other way because then I might get an uneven sanding. Okay, a great feature of this machine is that it collects most of the dust for you, and it's so easy to change it out. This bag will start filling up, and then you'll know that it's time to change it. So all you gotta do is pull this thing out, and then this has a little drawstring here. So you just undo the drawstring and you pull the bag off and go bring it out to your out to your trash can and just dump it out. All right, so that shows you how to sand the main floor area. We're gonna make 2 more videos in this series. The next one is gonna be using this edger, and we'll show you how you can get up close to the walls. And we're gonna finish it out with our multi-tool to get all of the stain off. And then the third video we're gonna make in the series will be showing you how we're gonna restain the floor. Anyway, that's the whole deal. This is a job you definitely can do, and you should take it on yourself and save a lot of money. We hope this helps with your project. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, because we have a lot of home renovation videos coming out shortly. Share this with a friend, give us a like if you liked it, and give us a comment or a question. We'd appreciate that. And thanks so much for viewing.